In the next few lessons, we will be comparing the heights of fourth graders with the heights of first graders. Sometimes we collect data to compare things. This is one of those examples. For this activity, I have made up the heights of 24 fourth graders and given you the inches for each one below. What I'd like for you to do is to take the data and create a line plot from it. If you recall, in our last lesson, we had a line plot where you placed a red X on it to represent how many doors you have in your home. So now we're collecting a different type of data. I'm giving it to you. The height of fourth graders is shown on the slide. There are a couple of ways that you could create a line plot. One way is you could do it on a new slide. So this is how you create your own slide. You go up to the top left-hand corner and you'll see the plus sign that is the new slide sign. So you'll click on that and you'll see it adds a slide down here, a blank slide. Yours might have this background on it. It might be blank. You can change that however you want it to look. So for this part right here, I'm going to go ahead and delete this text box because it comes with it. And I'll do the same thing here. Delete the text box. Now I need to have a line for my line plot. So I can go ahead and go up to this tool right here. It's called the line tool. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to click on line. Then you'll see down here, my cursor just changed to a plus sign. I'm going to click. And once I did that, it created a line. Now this dot here stays, but I can move this. I'm holding and dragging to make my line. And it helps make it straight, or if you wanted it diagonal, you could do that too. Now for a line plot, I wanted it horizontal, as close as it can be. It looks like it's a little bit off. Move it up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this and bring it down so it doesn't have this background in it. Okay, so I have my line. And then I'm going to look at the data again to see what my range is of my data. So I'm going to go back to slide 4. And I'm looking at this data here to see what my highest and my lowest inches are so that I can put those on the line plot. It looks like as I'm scanning down, they all start with a 5 or 6. So as far as the 5s go, the lowest 5 is a 51. So the shortest person in this fourth grade class is 51 inches tall. And the tallest was in the 60s, 63 inches tall. So I know that my line plot needs to at least show between 51 and 63 inches, which should be easy. Now, you could go ahead and start with 0 at one end and go all the way up to 63 or higher. You could also just show a portion of the line plot. So if I want to just start at 50 and maybe go up to 65, that's okay if I do that. So what I can do here is I need to be able to put in my numbers. So I'm going to add a text box. That's this right here. I just click on it. And now you see my cursor change to a plus sign. This is where I want my text box. And if I click and drag, I can move the size, change the size of my text box, move it around. And I'm going to place the text box right under, and I'm even going to move it up a little bit, right under my line. So that's where my numbers are. And then I'm going to, just to make it easier to see, I'm going to change the fill color. So that's up here to white. So I can really see those numbers. And then I can type the numbers. I'm going to actually make this a little bit smaller. So I'm going to start over here, double click, and I can start, if I want to do from 50, I'll do 50 and then maybe put a space in it. 51, 52, 53, however you want to do it. 54, 55, etc. Okay, so I can go as far as I want on that. Now I need to be able to place X's for my data. So I'm going to put another text box above the line so that I can put my X's. So I'm going to go back to my text box icon, click on it, and there's my plus sign. I'm going to click on there, And now I have a text box above. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make it bigger and longer because I might have, quite a few X's. I'm also going to change that fill color again so that I can see it better. Move this a little bit further down. Okay, so then it's the same thing where I can put X's. So I would go back to my data and look and see, okay, I would go in order and I can put checks by this, or I can highlight them as I do it. Some way I need to keep track so I make sure to get all of the data. Okay, my lowest number here, I have a 51, a 52, a 52, a 52. I can remember those three. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing X's for those. So my first one was a 51. Double clicking, I need to go down. So I'm pushing enter to get down. And I need to go over to my 51. And I could do any color of X that I want to do. There's a 51. And then I had a 52, a 52, and a 52. So I need 3 X's for 52s. So I'm going to double click here. So I need to get over here and then a space bar so I can get over to that 52. There's an X, but I need 3 of them. So I need to go back to the top, space over. This is just one way to do it, guys. You can also do this on a piece of paper and take a picture and insert it on the other slide or on this slide so we can see how you've created it. But this is what you're going to be doing to create your line plot. You also have grid paper in your workbook that you could use if you wanted to do that. And then you can just do it on a plain piece of paper also. It's just so you get the feel of creating your own line plot. So I've already done the 51, a 52, 52, 52. I think a good idea for me would be to click on this because I've done this one right here. So I could just go up here and highlight it. And that way I know, okay, the highlighted ones are the ones that I've already recorded. See how that highlighted it for me? That way I don't duplicate. And my highlight tool, yellow, whatever color you want. And you could do this too, even if you use a piece of paper to do the line plot, you could highlight here to show that you've done it. So you're still keeping track of your line plot. Then I already did the third 52. Okay, so next I have a 53, a 55, and a 56. So I'm going to go back to the slide. Okay, 53. I click over here, oops, where I need to be. I go down. I'm just using my down arrows, but if you have a mouse, you could use that too. I have a 53, so right as close to above the 53 as possible. I have an X, and then I could go back and mark it. And hopefully you get the idea of how you can do this in a way that's organized so that you're creating your own line plot. Again, don't feel like you have to do it on the computer if that's frustrating for you. You're more than welcome to do it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and insert the image. So quick review of inserting the image. If you go up to this image icon where it says insert image, and then you can go to, depending on where you took the image, if you used your device, you can go to, or you want to use your device, you can click on camera, take the picture with your device, and then it will upload there. Or if you have like Google Photos that your photos automatically go to, you could go there. However you choose to do that. All right, guys, go ahead and create your line plot. I'm excited to see what they look like.